Hey, what's happening? Jesse Watson here with DOS Pros. I did a video the other day for the buyers, talking about the new national mandate and just highlighting a few things for them. And I want to do that for the seller side today. A couple of things to think about. Yes, buyers, when they come, they do have to have executed buyer representation agreement. They have to have representation before they open your door. And this is for sellers as well as for landlords. They have tenants for rentals. So yes, that is true. It's always been a mandate, I know, especially for our brokerage, that there's no standard number for compensation because it's always been negotiable. You want to, as a seller, have an in-depth conversation with the brokerage that's representing you on compensation for the buyer's agent, which of course affects the proceeds that you take at the table once everything is done. But you want to have a conversation with your listing agent on whether you're going to allow for the buyer's agent to be compensated. Some of the reasons why that's important. Number one, you want to have somebody that has a fiduciary duty to the industry and to the clients and to you. On the other side, handling the paperwork, handling the contracts, who know what they're doing and who can manage the emotions of their clients to hopefully have a smooth transition and make sure that the transaction is completed. Another thing to think about is, even though compensations will no longer be listed on the MLS, having this negotiated and having this understood through the documentation now that has to be completed, it could dictate the amount of time that your property stays on the market. That could play a major factor. The other side of it is it really could open up for a really smooth transition for the entire transaction because now the negotiating factor may be a little bit smoother. If compensation, all that is worked out up front, then negotiations may not be as tough and as hard on the back end. Those are just a few things off the top of my head to think about as a seller on why that shouldn't be a consideration. Definitely let's talk. Let's get in contact to get some more ideas on why that makes sense and how all of this affects you as a seller and as a landlord and why it's important. I hope to talk with you guys soon.